such a lucrative opportunity is right now. Okay, we have an amazing chance to flip the switch on our rods to making millions of dollars in the bull run. Now, of course, for those of us who have no more cash left because we have been buying at extremely high prices, this information might not be amazing, yet it can actually still hold a pretty big importance, I think, in your personal strategy, and hopefully you take the time today to hear me out. But I wanted to make a very quick video. I was actually doing other things today, and I decided to jump on here very, very quickly and just talk to you guys, I guess, person to person here really quickly, rather than a presentation, so to speak, on what I feel like is about to come and what I think we can really take advantage of right now. Okay, so before we get into it, do not forget, guys, if you do find yourself enjoying today's video, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Why? Well, in addition to making me happy, it's also going to mean that I know you guys enjoyed today's video. Plus, also hit that subscribe button because it's convenient, and of course, it's going to allow you to achieve all your crypto goals this bull run. So the market isn't looking good right now, okay? Bitcoin has sort of kind of sitting around support. No one's really sure if we will fall beneath it or go up. Who bloody knows? And honestly, who cares? What we know, okay, hear me out. What we know is a bull run is going to come. Now, this whole system, this whole chart, this sideways movement, the prices on these altcoins falling down to levels that no one expected or very little expected. It's all completely designed to make you sell your altcoins. And I've made many videos on this, and I will continue berating you with this information, because even if it saves a couple of you guys from making a decision based on emotion, based on fear, based on FUD, will allow us to hopefully overcome the exchange of hands, right? Exchange of hands from the market falling down, which ultimately typically is a systemic move that is created, of course, by whales, market makers, the guys who want to accumulate more money. Believe you me, behind the scenes, pull back the curtains, there are groups in crypto of whales with many, many billions of dollars looking to make propaganda and ultimately bring the market down so they can buy more. Trust me, I've seen them, okay? I'm by no means in them. Not that I don't have that much money right yet, okay, just yet. But what I wanted to show you as well is we have positive news on the horizon, okay? So we can see here the SEC permanently suspends the investigation into Ethereum, of course, just in time for election season. Of course, an indication these ETFs are on the horizon. The Bitcoin ETFs, yeah, again, guys, there's a little bit of outflows right now, but I think holding strong nevertheless. Massive inflow volume over the last couple of weeks here. Again, I bring this up many, many times. It is just an indication to show you there is still strength in the market. Now, I've seen many videos on YouTube here the last day or two. Many influencers are saying like, hey, you know, should we be panicking? Like, you know, what are you doing with your portfolio? You know, should you sell some of your altcoins and rebalance? And I think now's a good time to rebalance, and I'll touch on what that means here momentarily very briefly. But I think if you're in altcoins like myself, if you have very little to no cash on the sidelines, because again, we thought that this hump would have been over by now and we'd be, you know, pretty well halfway to the moon, okay? You don't really have any extra income to put in, but that is okay. You just have to hold strong. Now, that's not financial advice. Of course, the market can still do anything. It is crypto. But these moves that we're noticing now in these altcoins, right, moving down 30, 40, 50% on some of these coins is completely normal. It is completely normal. What have we been saying the last few months? Okay, these sort of 10% crashes, that was nothing. That was preliminary to any sort of larger downside. And we'll still have moves this large pulling down as the bull run continues. You just have to be prepared for it. If you can't accept these days, you don't really deserve the big ones. You don't really deserve the plus 1,000, 2,000% days, weeks, and months. It's just as simple as that. Now, I want to also show the chart I like to pull up here, which is the, pretty much a buy signal for crypto, altcoins, and Bitcoin itself. And we can see, of course, here that this is basically Bitcoin's price, and this sort of light greenish color is the total 3. And when the total 3 in history has fallen beneath the green line or on the green line, it is typically a good sign to buy. Now, actually, this green line has recently shifted. I believe it shifted down a little bit here, okay? This is a fantastic time, in my personal opinion, to accumulate altcoins. It's pretty much set new lows. We've pretty much set new lows. It hasn't even been this low back before the massive DeFi summer of 2021, back before even October that we just saw. I believe, again, non-financial advice, this is a fantastic time if you have the capital, and that is definitely a difficult thing right now, to look for some altcoins. Matter of fact, I've reached out to family and friends that I care about and said, if you have any expendable income to put in right now, here's some of the good altcoins I would suggest looking into. Okay. And, I've had questions time and time again. What are those altcoins? Well, I'll mention them momentarily here. But not just the altcoins. How does it feel getting someone, family or friends, whatever, involved in crypto, because you almost feel liable if they lose their money? And it's very simple. I would definitely set them up if you were looking to get, someone you care about to make a little bit of extra cash involved. First of all, if they give you a number, I can invest $10,000, right? Let's say $5,000 instead, right? Cut that down, be more realistic. Let them not extend the max. Let's be realistic. I would also set an initial investment out level, in which you can do, of course, on one of the sheets I provide in my private community. But importantly, not looking for the high multiples. On a coin that I'll mention here momentarily, and some of the coins, don't look for a possible 10, 15x like you or I might be looking for. Look for a much more realistic 2 to 5, maybe 6x. Make them money, okay? And the same thing can be said for yourself as well, or anyone for that matter. Okay, you don't want to look for high multiples. If you are in the market right now, we have been given a godsend opportunity to make some good bucks, but just keep in mind, it is not just us buying at these prices. It's also the big boys. It's also the whales. It's the guys who pretty much, I believe, and you can argue the trigger for this particular event could have been a multitude of things, but I firmly believe that this has all been, propelled down, sort of like systemically pulled down, if you will, from, capitulation from these whales and market makers, right? So, with that being said, again, good time to buy now. Of course, Bitcoin up here is pretty much sell, right? Sell your Bitcoin and invest in alts. And when this sort of inverts the other way around, it's the opposite, right? Sell your alts, buy Bitcoin sort of thing. But ultimately speaking, I think you wouldn't be making a mistake right now looking for Bitcoin. Bitcoin will typically move first, and that's what we need right now. To flip the market, I do believe that we need to see Bitcoin start pulling up and start doing better, because people will gain confidence in altcoins from the purchase of Bitcoin, from essentially Bitcoin ringing that sort of universal siren like the sort of halving does, telling people to get into crypto, it's about to happen. And all it's going to take is for us to move above $75,000, above to new all-time highs in a momentum of strength for everyone to turn completely bullish again, right? Completely bullish. So with that all being said, I do want to now talk about some of the altcoins I had in mind. It's the altcoins we're trying to look for here. This is my price prediction forecast sheet in the private community. Of course, it's a bull run cheat sheet, guys. We've got tons of great information in here. But we can see here, based on the lows in October, right? This is market dominance to the current market dominance. A lot of these altcoins that are doing well and still holding up strong are the ones you want to be interested in, okay? The ones that are still performing better than the market, the ones that have held up, the ones that haven't capitulated to levels, in which it's like, oh, okay, there's no strength there, okay? Whether that's, again, retail strength or whatever's behind the scenes happening here. We're trying to find the ones that are up significantly. Now, of course, you'll find meme coins are up the most. The only thing with meme coins is, of course, that the swings either way are quite violent, and sometimes they've gained so much that the moves down aren't as significant. But I'm not talking about meme coins specifically. There's arguments to be made for and against, and where we are in the cycle right now in terms of meme coins may have had their largest run. I don't really agree with that, but I don't want to focus on those guys. If you are in the sheet, if you do have access to the bull run cheat sheet, of course, you can just pull through here. If you don't have access to the sheet, I'm not forcing you to have access to it. You can also go to TradingView and others and just type in your favorite project's dominance. Take, for a prime example over here, Ondo. Ondo is still a 4x up from the average market. Ondo is dominating right now. Now we can see again, Pepe and other meme coins are as well. Pendle's still doing well. I'd even argue any coins like PancakeSwap and Osmosis that are, give or take, plus or minus 10% from baseline, from zero, are still showing good strength. Because again, altcoins are really plummeting right now. The ones that aren't plummeting as much, there's something there. There's something in it. Of course, you can't just rely on this. Using the percent change sheet as well is a great idea in the bull run cheat sheet. Going through and finding the ones that are still holding up strong, like, for example, Monero and a few others, depending on the time frames, okay? So some of the coins I'm looking at, some of the coins I've actually, told friends and family to get into, the ones that I honestly think are very easy 5Xs from here, includes the likes of Celestia at $6.50, an amazing bargain in my opinion. Yes, we have a massive unlock happening, but the reason why I'm showing you right now Lunar Crush is because an important part of crypto is looking at interactions. If a project has a lot of interest from the broader community, particularly around the top creators in YouTube, for example, Twitter, diverse platforms, and it's not single-handedly reliant on the actual project itself for all of the updates and main sort of source of engagement, that is a very good sign. It's just ongoing free interactions, which ultimately causes more people to get FOMO and buy. So we can see here Celestia is an amazing project for the size of the market cap being around like $1.3 billion right now, if that, having 5 million interactions on average per day. I mean, let's just stack that up with a giant in comparison, which is one of the other coins on this list, which is Render. This has 2.35 million daily interactions. And what's interesting is Render is a couple 2-3x higher in terms of market cap size. So it's much larger. Okay, but in the same respects, we can see here, we have Crypto Rover and a few others are the main guys talking about Render. So again, this is like your evangelist. This is your free marketing, which is what you want in crypto. I mean, you think about it. What's the first thing you did when you got in crypto? The first thing you did was find an interesting coin that you thought, oh, people are talking about, did more research, look at a few YouTube videos, and call it a day. Hey, I'm going to buy this coin now. That's all you did, right? And this is the same thing for many more people. And buying right now, I firmly believe, as long as these coins, and again, you might have a different coin of these ones I'm going to mention today, that you can have a look at and objectively say there's all good positive press, lots of engagement. It's only a matter of time before people start buying because of a particular event, all right? The next one over here is Internet Computer Protocol as well. So these guys don't have as much engagement as the previous two, 1.43 million over the last 6 months. Over the last 3 months, it's pretty much the same as well, slightly less. And again, this is a bit of an outlier because most of the engagement coming through here is actually from the foundation itself, so Dfinity. And however, in this case, I still think that ICP has a lot of good traction on YouTube. There's many creators out there, doing a lot of ICP videos. And I think right now ICP is like pretty much just building momentum in terms of the social standings. I think this coin's got a lot of room to still grow. And again, we've done the math many, many times on this channel. The project is likely going to go into the triple digits, I believe, no problem. So at a price of $8.30, I mean, it's incredible in my opinion. Lastly, I'll talk about Pith Network here. Now, again, I could have mentioned about 30 different coins today because they're all down a lot. Even Ondo's breaking, going down a little bit. And I never thought Ondo would break, past $1, and it's just like this coin that doesn't seem to be going down. I can mention Ondo, I can mention Goldfinch, I can mention all of these coins. But what I'm sort of positioning myself here is the people who don't know anything about crypto, people like and friends and family who you have to kind of nurture into, okay, we're looking for a 3 or 4x here, let's just get it out, let's stay safe, let's not look for anything crazy, that are solid picks. Kind of like the Bitcoins of altcoins, right? The guaranteed movers. And of course, Pith Network. Now, Pith Network's interactions, again, the market cap's about 1.1 billion right now, is about 1.1 million, interactions. So for me, this is pretty good for a coin this size. And again, this hits a very lucrative, I believe, area of crypto that isn't really being hit too hard, in terms of competitors, and that's, of course, oracles. Now, we have Chainlink, but like we've said many, many times, Pith, I believe, as an oracle is a superior product, and it's also Solana ecosystem project. There's a lot of good things to say, and considering the price, literally, is at insane levels. It actually dropped down to under 30 cents there for a little bit. It's a no-brainer for me. I've got this coin above $5 in my personal opinion, and it'll go probably up to $10 or more. I firmly do believe that. And so there's, again, plenty more. Near Protocol, $5, absolute bargain in my opinion. Hedera has come down to pretty good levels as well. Immutable X is under $2. That's crazy to me. Fetch is even at great levels. We'll have to wait for the merger for this one as well. Beam at 2 cents or under 2 cents is actually very, very good in my opinion. This one, I think, can go as high as 30 cents. Mina as well, down to 56 cents. Unbelievably cheap in this case. And you can stake Mina for a lot of returns. And need I say more about Manta? Manta being $1 is insane. Now, I do want to also say, guys, I pointed out Manta, Mina, and a few other coins there that you can stake. And the last thing I'll leave you here is the way that we can really maximize our gains right now is when we buy these tokens on such a discount. If you wanted to stake, you can go into, again, the bull run cheat sheet, go to the staking benefits down here, and you can actually plug and play yourself to see some of the insane returns. This is Celestia. You can stake Celestia right now for about 11% APY. And following this calculator, we work out two different things, right? We work out, first of all, how many months you might want to stake from here. Okay, how many theoretical tokens? So $6,500, okay, for 1,000 tokens, which is insane to me. And then you can actually have a look how many tokens you gain over this 8 months when you might want to look to unstake. Your sell price, which I think is very reasonable for Celestia, how much revenue you would make, but then 2 very important levels everyone needs to consider if you are staking. One is to be safer, the next is to make more money. Now, to be safer, what this means is this calculator tells us what price could we sell Celestia when we've gained these extra 73 tokens just to take back our revenue. Okay, so I'll say that in a different way. Just to achieve our revenue, because we've acquired more tokens over staking over a period of time, all we're trying to do is reduce our sell level to achieve that revenue target. So actually, you could sell at just under $140, therefore taking off that top side risk. We're not risking as much anymore because obviously it's more risky to go to $150 than it is to $139. Therefore, we're about 7% safer based on, again, just taking out our profits at a lower level, still achieving our goal. And the last thing you can do here is obviously make more money. So if you decide to keep, your $150 sell price, because you've got 73 more tokens, you can sell and get an extra about $11,000 more dollars, which is kind of crazy. That's like a new car for a lot of people, okay? This is all USD, of course, I'm talking here, but it applies for any currency. So guys, these are the things to think about. These are the times to do it. All right, when the market's down, don't be forced and scared to sell your tokens. Again, you do what you want. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here knowing all your situations. I'm just trying to provide as much help as I possibly can. Again, I kind of wanted to come in today, quickly make a video and just describe all this for you to help you because I see the panic setting in and that's what they want. All right, guys, take good care and all the best for 2025. And I mean that. Talk soon. Bye-bye.